Hey, how's it going? Espresso and a very flop Noel here. So, Dialga. We had some fun with it last time. Let's see if we can keep it up for today. And a little bit more about the team before I actually start looking for some matches. So, the team, and this is assuming you didn't read the description of the last video because I put a lot in that description. But, anyways, to sum it up, Dialga is my ideal Dynamax candidate. As far as moveset goes, there's nothing super spectacularly spicy out there. It's Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Roar of Time. Roar of Time gives Dialga a base 150 max Wormwind. Max Quake and Max Steel Spike are just overall really solid for boosting each defense. As for the rest of the team, Grimmsnarl, Dusclops, and Talonflame are all meant to really support Dialga with either Trick Room or Speed Control. Dusclops can set up Trick Room and then proc Dialga's weakness policy with Bulldoze. It can burn physical opponents. The only thing it does have to worry about is Urshifu, though, because a Wicked Blow into Dusclops is not awesome. As far as Talonflame goes, we have Will-O-Wisp, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, and Tailwind. On the rare occasion, Talonflame Dynamaxes and goes for an Airstream rather than a Tailwind. And then anything that it supports with an Airstream boost naturally gets faster. And then Talonflame naturally hits the point where it doesn't have to rely on Gale Wings to move faster than the opponent, assuming Talonflame lives that long. Rillaboom and Grimmsnarl are both physical candidates on the team. Rillaboom is EV'd specifically to be able to take out non-defensive invested Kyogres with a Grassy Glide, which is why it's got a Life Orb. Grimmsnarl is overall really solid. It has Taunt to shut down Porygon 2 and Amoonguss. It has Fake Tears to support Dialga even further, and to support Milotic as well by dropping a target's special defense stat so that the next hit is a lot stronger. As for Scary Face, it supports everyone on the team except Dusclops because it just cuts the target's speed. And Spirit Break just really hurts single strike form Urshifu with that 4 times fairy damage. As for Milotic, it's got an Adrenaline Orb, kind of like what I was trying to do with the Galarian Articuno from my Kyurem video. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole team. So I've said enough. Let's look for some opponents. There we go. And it's live. Okay, so Dialga team. Let's see what we can pull off with it. Opposing trainer's already been found. So we have... This looks like Aaron Zhang's team again. Okay. I think Dialga comes as my lead. And they could be bad. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Milotic. Well, it could be good. Yeah, I think Milotic is maybe good here. And I think Talonflame. Might be good. So let's see how this works out. I kind of wanted to bring a Rillaboom to fake out the Grimmsnarl at least once, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter too much. Ideally, what I'd like to do is, if it's Xerneas lead, I go for a Steel Spike into it. Okay, it's Thunderous this time. Okay, so I gotta be a little bit more careful with how I handled that, because, you know, Defiant. Fun ability. Except not for me. I'm going to Steel Spike the Grimmsnarl right away, and I'm just going to double in and Spirit Break. If it tries taking my weakness policy, then I'll get rid of that as soon as I can. Thunderous is going to max, so let's see what happens here. I'm assuming maybe a max snuggle into Dialga, which would be alright, assuming I get to keep my weakness policy. If I don't get to keep my weakness policy, that's bad, but we'll see. I don't think there's going to be real need for trick into Dialga here. Well, I mean, they could, but if they go for Scary Face or Fake Tears, that could be bad for Dialga. Yeah, they're just going to go for the trick. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm going to get rid of Grimmsnarl before it can become too annoying. They're going to Airstream Mine, which... It sucks that I took that much damage off of Grimmsnarl, but at the same time, I'm not 100% too concerned yet. I want to get rid of the opponent's Grimmsnarl first, because the less things that I have to torment my Dialga, the better. So we're just going to straight KO this time, which is nice. Dialga's going to get a defense boost into it. The question here is, how do I deal with... Oh, I just realized, because Dialga KO'd the Grimmsnarl, there's Defiant. Alright. So, I'm in a weird situation here. There's Xerneas too. Alright, Yeah, what do I want to do here? I think I go for... I think I get rid of Xerneas right off the bat and go for Scary Face into that. +2 into Thunderous is not good for Dialga, but I still have a +1 defense, so... Oh yeah, the lag... kind of a moot point to go for the Scary Face because of the lagging tail, but Dialga's going to handle that no problem. So... I think we get rid of Xerneas and then deal with Thunderous once Dynamax wears off. I'm going to lose Grimmsnarl here, but that's okay. I still have Talonflame and Milotic. I don't think Milotic does anything to Thunderous, but it's alright. Xerneas is gone. Dialga is holding out really good. The Max Darkness into Dialga is bad, but it's alright. Rillaboom's going to be the last one. Okay. I think here I think I protect my Milotic, and judging from that range, I'm going to risk it, go for the Wormwind into Thunderous, and I'm going to protect Milotic. Fake Out Grassy Lag could be coming Milotic's way, or they double into Dialga. The smart play would be to double into my Dialga here. That said, yeah, let's see how much this does to Dialga here. Okay, so the +2 defense is coming in really, really good here. The Knuckle boost into Rillaboom is bad, but Dialga's going to get rid of that. Not enough to KO either, but... Oh, there was a crit. That's nice. I have Talonflame to clean up the Thunderous to an extent. The only thing is I gotta go for... I gotta be able to live 2 turns with Talonflame at the end of the day. I think I'm gonna risk protecting Dialga. I'm gonna have Milotic go for, and yeah, Milotic's gonna attempt to go for Thunderous, and I'm gonna go Scald instead of Ice Beam because on the off chance I get to hit Thunderous, awesome, and if not, oh well. Do I live this? I don't. Okay, that's that's misfortunate, but Dialga's gonna live another day, get a little bit of HP back. Talonflame can go Brave Bird into Thunderous, and at that range, I should be able to pick up the KO. And from here, I think Dialga can pick off Rillaboom. Assuming Rillaboom just doesn't straight OHKO Dialga, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So we'll go for the Brave Bird into Thunderous. Thunderous is the biggest threat on the opponent's field. Rillaboom has no speed boost, so Talonflame will be able to outspeed. So they're going to go for the Grassy Glide into Talonflame. That's not going to do much. And Dialga's going to get the Flash Cannon. So not quite enough to pick up the KO, but it's a pretty good situation that I'm in. Dialga's going to get a little bit more HP back. And my opponent is disconnected. So, good game to my opponent. Okay, so let's see what we can get for another opponent. Yeah, so Talonflame came in really clutch with that second match, which was good. The priority Brave Bird got rid of Thunderous, so I'm very happy about that. Otherwise, I didn't really have a real answer to it. And that Thunderous was starting to get quite intimidating because of all the attack boosts. I was not expecting Dialga to straight one-shot the Grimmsnarl this time around, unlike last time, but hey, mistakes happen. Another opponent has been found. Okay, another... I'm starting to say another, but basically, I accidentally brought the wrong team while trying to record a match, and that was a Zacian team. So, a Zacian team. Alright. They have Meowstic, Regieleki, Dragapult, Zacian, the doggo itself, Inteleon, and Tyranitar. Okay. So, Max Quake on Dialga looks very tempting. I think I'm going to need Tailwind support if I want to touch the Dragapult. Rillaboom looks really good here too. Yeah, I think I'm going to lead Rillaboom and Dialga. I don't want to lead. I'm pretty sure Meowstic is the faster taunter, or faster prankster, but anyways. Do I bring Milotic? No, I think I'm bringing Talonflame. I don't think Dusclops really adds to this either. Getting Trick Room up could have been really good, but I think late game Tailwind is my better option. Especially whereas I have both Talonflame and Dialga in the back. So if they lead Tyranitar, I'm covered in that way. I want to get Meowstic off the field if it's part of the lead. Which it is. Okay, so it's Meowstic, Dragapult into my Rillaboom and Grimmsnarl. So, I'm pretty sure Meowstic is... I think Fake Out will be enough for Meowstic, and then I can taunt it. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I don't want to... Oh, opponent's just going to Dynamax. That's cool. Maybe an Airstream into Rillaboom? That would be misfortunate. Let's see. Yeah, that's a big catapult dragon. Okay, how do I deal with that? That's probably clear body too. We're gonna get the top or the fake out into Meowstic, so no helping hand off that, which is nice. And we're gonna get the taunt. Now I wonder what Dragapult wants to do. Phantasm, okay. Well, there goes Rillaboom. No, Rillaboom tanked that. That's shocking. This thing is not Assault Vest, so either that's a not too invested Dragapult, or I got really lucky there. I'm going to assume that Dragapult has a weakness policy, so I'm not going to go for anything off that with Spirit Break, but on the off chance, I'll scout to see if it is clear body. I'm assuming it is. I'm going to just scout here with Grimmsnarl. They're going to withdraw a Meowstic right away, which is nice. Into Zacian, okay. So, assuming I don't lose Grimmsnarl, Dialga looks really good here. Rillaboom doesn't. That's still a good amount of Zacian, though. And it is indeed clear body, which makes sense, but at the same time, it's either that or potentially pop a weakness policy, which I don't want to do. Really don't want to do that. The critical hit in the Rillaboom doesn't matter. That thing was going down. I mean, I thought it was going down at first off the first Phantasm, but my opponent has burned most of their Dynamax. Oh, and their Life Orb. I should have paid more attention to that. Oh well. It is what it is. If Zacian wants to go for a substitute, that's gross. If it wants to go for a Sword Stance, that's also gross. But I think Dialga here is in a relatively good position. I'm going to go for a Max Quake into Zacian, and I'm going to go for the Scary Face into that as well. If they protect here, good on them. If they don't, awesome. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we will see. I feel a little silly for not paying attention to the Life Orb, but I know it's there now. So Grimmsnarl is going to get the Scary Face into Zacian, so assuming, and Dialga has all of its HP, I'm going to assume I'm going to live this. It's also just Max Phantasm too, so Dialga should get rid of the Zacian here. And then if Grimmsnarl can go down, I would very much so like it to go down while Dialga's on the field, and then Talonflame can get Tailwind up, and then I can take a crack at that Dragapult. Because now, because it's faster than me, it's going to likely have access to Phantom Force. But we stalled out their Dynamax, we've got ours going. We'll see what happens. I'm assuming Meowstic's coming back in. Yeah, okay. So this thing does get it does get access to Fake Out, so Grimmsnarl might be taking that. But if it doesn't, I'm going to double into it. And we're gonna taunt the Meowstic. I don't know what it wants to do. It's probably gonna try to take away Dialga's item. And there's just a pig out, so. Anyways. We'll Dragon Darts. Okay. Dialga's not too appreciative of that, but that's fine. I could have one-winged the Dragapult now, but oh well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Meowstic's going down. That's all that matters. It's not going to really get to do much. Talonflame on the field yet. Dialga is going to be slower than... Oh, it's Regieleki. Okay. I want that gone for sure. We're just going to double into the Aleki. And Aleki's going to Thunderbolt Dialga, and Dragapult's going to Dragon Darts. Oh, this could be bad for Dialga. Yeah, Dialga fainted. Oh, okay. Not great, but, well, I mean, I'm going to Spirit Break this Regieleki with Grimmsnarl. Oh, that was so much damage. If only that had done a little bit more. So... I don't have Protect with Talonflame, but I think if I double into the Aleki again, I'm in a good spot. Nope, I'm in a bad spot. Bad play for me. Oh, they're just gonna double protect. Okay, that's fine with me. I'm really fine with that. I'm gonna take no damage off of my Brave Bird for recoil, and Spirit Break is just gonna not hit anything. So, yeah, okay. I just want to double check my speed stat on Grimmsnarl for a second. Yeah, there's no way that that's outspeeding Dragapult under Tailwind. So, actually, I'm gonna Flare Blitz and Scary Face the Aleki. I think that's the better call. This will cut Regieleki's speed in half, and Talonflame is really fast naturally, so in theory, can Talonflame tank this though? Yeah, Talonflame! Talonflame gets rid of the Aleki at least. Am I going to go down to my own recoil? Most likely, but... yeah, okay. So, the question is what can they hit my Grimmsnarl with? Because I have Spirit Break at least. And even though I'm at -3, I think Grimmsnarl's in a relatively good spot. There's the Phantom Force. Okay, so we're gonna find out how much Grimmsnarl does not have a good defense stat though. That's the only problem. This is gonna hurt a lot, but if I live, awesome. So I do live it, just barely, and they're gonna take a little bit of recoil off their Lumberry, or their Life Orb, not Lumberry. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, caught up in the moment. Is this enough? Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Oh, Grimmsnarl. Oh, it was bad when I lost Dialga there, but that's awesome. So anyways, the non-stars of this team got to put in some work and carry us to a win. Good game to my opponent. Well played. Alright, let's see what we can get for another opponent with this Dialga team. Yeah, so overall, I like this combination pretty good. The late game speed with Talonflame is nice, and the Trick Room option with Dusclops is also handy. We have found our next opponent, and they have a Calyrex Ice team with Regieleki, Urshifu, Incineroar, Calyrex Ice, Dusclops, and Tapu Fini. So, the misty terrain for Dialga is not our friend, but it's not a bad matchup other than that. So I think Grimmsnarl could be a solid option to lead with. As far as Regieleki goes, I don't know for sure. I think Rillaboom to counteract Tapu Finney's Misty Train could be good, but do I want to lead Dialga? I don't know if I want to lead Dialga. Yeah, maybe I'll lead Dialga. I'll bring Talonflame and Rillaboom in the back. I don't think Milotic really contributes much to this matchup, and same with my own Dusclops. Calyrex can potentially set its own Trick Room, so could Dusclops. The only thing my Dusclops does is it guarantees me the Bulldoze into Dialga, but that's something I don't necessarily want to risk. So, what's my opponent leading with? Urshifu and Regieleki. Okay. So, I think that's a big yikes for Dialga, but I think the Spirit Break into Urshifu could be good, and I think maybe Talonflame. Or no, I think Rillaboom. Rillaboom's got more options with priority. One of these things has a Focus Sash, the other probably has some kind of damage outputting item. Or rather, one of these can have a Focus Sash. For all I know, they might not have either or. They're going to Volt Switch Grimmsnarl, that's fine. I'm going to get my Citrus Berry. That did a considerable amount to Grimmsnarl. Now the question is did they go for an attacking move into the Dialga slot? Because if they did, I can hit Urshifu hard. So they've got Calyrex out. Let's see. Yeah, they went close combat into Rillaboom. That's rather nice for me. So, I'm going to get my Spirit Break into the Urshifu. And there's the Focus Sash, okay. Which I am more than fine with, actually. So, I'm assuming Urshifu goes for a Detect here, maybe. Calyrex is Calyrex can probably KO with Glacial Lance if they don't outright Dynamax. On the off chance that they don't, I'm going to go for the Fake Out. Yeah, Urshifu's going to switch out, which is nice here. There's their Dusclops. So I'm fine with that. I get the Fake Out into Calyrex, and if Grimmsnarl is going down, I want to at least taunt the Dusclops. I think that's a right idea. I mean, it could ally switch, which could be bad, but if it doesn't, I would be more than okay with that. So, Grassy Glide's going to do a considerable amount to Calyrex, despite its physical defense being at neutral. Dusclops is taunted. There's the Glacial Lance, but they can't get the Trick Room up. Not a bad situation to be in. I get to keep Grimmsnarl too, which is wonderful. Chilling May is only going to give it the one boost. And yeah, I got to deny the Trick Room. That's a big thing right there. So I think Dialga can come in now. None of my opponents' Pokemon really appreciate switching into a attack from Dialga. They got the Regieleki, they got the Urshifu, they I think I fake tears into Dusclops. A Steel Spike hurts anything. The only thing Calyrex does to get around this is Max Guard, and they're going to withdraw it, so that's fine with me. Into Regieleki. In hindsight, I could have gone for the Max Quake, but oh well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Because the nice thing I can do is, if I get to keep Grimmsnarl this turn, I can Scary Face the Regieleki and then go for a KO into it with a Talonflame. Dusclops is going to take the -2. Not enough to KO Regieleki, but that's significantly better than what I would like to see. I mean, it is what I want to see. It's better than what I was expecting, is what I should say. So I'm going to lose Grimmsnarl, unfortunately, but I got Talonflame. I can pick off Regieleki probably with a Brave Bird at that range, and then I can go for the Dusclops slot with Dialga, and then that way, from there, I can not have to worry about my opponent's Mons too much. I'm going to Steel Spike into Dusclops, which they're going to withdraw on this, probably Urshifu. Yeah, that's Urshifu. Okay, so we'll get the Brave Bird into Regieleki for the KO, and we'll KO Urshifu as well. So overall, pretty good scenario. Now, unless Calyrex has Max Guard, I'm in a great position. But what I can do is, they haven't seen the Will-O-Wisp off Talonflame yet. I can go for the Will-O-Wisp into Calyrex and Wyrmwind into Dusclops, and then that way, if it goes for Max Guard, Trick Room, or if my opponent goes for Max Guard, Trick Room, then I have not a complete waste of a turn. So that's what we're going to... Oh, no, don't want to Will-O-Wisp the Dusclops. We want to Will-O-Wisp the Calyrex. And we'll go for that Wyrmwind into Dusclops. This probably won't KO Dusclops, but it could do a significant chunk, especially if I get a crit. We know there's Nightshade and Trick Room. Don't know the other two moves yet, but we'll find out. So Calyrex didn't go for the Max Guard, which means I could have gone for the Steel Spike into it, but oh well, it was a relatively safe play. So there's Hailstorm. That's probably in the Talonflame. Yep. So we're gonna live that rather well. And there's the Trick Room. Okay. So, what does Dusclops want to do to me? That's the real question. And because of the burn into Calyrex, I feel a little bit more confident with Dialga here, but I shouldn't get too comfortable. I'm gonna Flare Blitz into... I think I want to try to get rid of Dusclops. I will Earth Power just in case they go for Ally Switch, and then that way I don't set off a potential weakness policy. Oh, Gravity. Okay. Interesting. There's a Max Quake. That's... Oh, okay. That's clever. Getting the Max Quake into Talonflame rather than Dialga, so they avoid hitting my weakness policy, which is very smart on their end, actually. So we'll get the Earth Power into Dusclops. That does nothing. And how much is this Flare Blitz going to do to Dusclops? Not quite enough for a KO, but it's a pretty good amount of damage, all things considered. So I think to avoid potential Pain Split, I protect Dialga, and I think the hail damage is enough to KO Dusclops from this range. And then we just see how it works out between Calyrex and Dialga for the last little bit. Because they're at -1 and they're burned. Oh, and they're at +1 now because of Dusclops using Rock Tomb. Okay, that's really clever on my opponent's end. Clear my throat there. Okay, so they got their weakness policy, but they are still burned. So, oh, right on. Good going, Dialga. So, the protect there was very handy. That said, I'm not gonna be able to enjoy another low damaging hit like that. But this is their that was their last turn in Dynamax. So now it's down to Dialga and Calyrex. I'm at +2 defense, so I'm in a relatively comfortable spot. So I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon and see what happens. Close combat, okay. I mean, props for my opponent, but they do know I'm weakness policy because of Dusclops' Frisk. So, unfortunately, the Max Quake might have been safer because they just lowered their own defenses. So, we'll get the Flash Cannon. And that's game. So, well played by my opponent. Trick Room was definitely something to play around, but yeah, it worked out pretty good. All things considered, I'm pretty happy overall with the battle. I think I played that relatively risk-free, which is something that I want to get more comfortable with, especially with this Dialga team, because I'm planning on using it more in the future. But that doesn't mean necessarily all of my videos from here on out will be Dialga. It just means that I'm gonna try to. I do want to climb up higher onto the ladder with Series 8 for April. So, anyways, Dialga might come back in that as well. But, anyways, good game to my opponent. Hey, thank you so much. If you have reached this point into the video, this is where I am cutting it from now. We had some good matches with Dialga. I definitely liked how things worked out. After all, we got to see Dialga play some pivotal roles, and we also got to see the rest of the team pick up the slack when Dialga fainted. And we definitely got to see Talonflame come in and be probably the most valuable player for this video. Grimstar probably a close second along with Dialga. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I successfully carried out my campaign to entertain. We're at the end of March now, so I don't know who I'm doing for a team, but I do know, like I was starting to say at the end of that last match, as far as the month of April goes, I want to gun it hard, so I'm probably going to try using some of the restricted legendaries that have given me the most trouble, and that seem overall pretty strong. Dialga was one of those 4 legendaries, so Dialga will probably come back sometime in April. But to avoid a little bit of Dialga burnout for you guys, Dialga's not going to be the first one coming back in April. I probably am going to do Yveltal or Solgaleo. I do want to experiment a little bit with Xerneas, but we'll see how it goes. Kyogre is a very, very big, strong, restricted legendary in this format, so I might do another video at least with Kyogre, because I want to see how far I can climb up to the ladder. So anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.